So good evening and welcome to Magen's second annual awareness evening. So thank you all for coming out on a cold winter's evening to learn more about protecting our children. We have a packed program ahead of us, which I will briefly describe. First, Rabbi Haber will give Divrei Bracha to kick off the evening. Then our keynote speaker, Dr. David Pelcovitz, will speak on what every parent needs to know to protect their children. I don't know if he was aware of that, but and this will be followed by an abuse victim, or as they're called, survivor account. And then Rabbi Yakov Horowitz will be joining us live from the USA. After this formal program, there will be a 5-minute break, and those who wish to remain behind can participate in a questions and answers session with Dr. Pelcovitz and also with Helise Pollack, who is also here this evening. And also, hopefully, Rabbi Horowitz will be able to take questions from the States. Rabbi Yakov Haber is well known to many in this room. For those who are less acquainted, Rabbi Haber has served as a community rabbi and educator in Buffalo, New York, Melbourne, Australia, Muncie, and as the National Director of Jewish Education for the Orthodox Union, before making Aliyah and taking up his position as the Rav of Kehillas Shiftei Yeshurun here in Ramat Beit Shemesh. Regretfully, Rabbi Haber is very well acquainted with issues of child abuse and child protection during his 30 years of community service around the world. Rabbi Haber has been a staunch and valued supporter in the conception and establishment of Magen, and has poskened many of Magen's she'ilot. I would like to take this opportunity on behalf of Magen and of our whole community to thank Rabbi Haber for his support for this evening and for Magen. I would ask Rabbi Haber to start the evening with Divrei Bracha.
Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's my honor to be here this evening. It's actually been a very auspicious and mazel tov week for me personally and my family. I had a grandson this week, and my son Shalom became a chassan this week. So you don't have to sing. I'm praying that the Siyata Dishmaya continues tonight also with these few words that I'd like to share with you. Divrei Bracha. The Bracha should be Mekuyim. The need for an organization such as Magen in our community is unfortunately colossal. There's a huge need. And Magen, as everyone sitting here knows, is a place for parents to turn at a time that one feels most alone in this world. Magen and the volunteers of Magen provide a sense of hope at a time that people feel most vulnerable, a sense of safety, a sense of direction, security. This is a wonderful bracha that we unfortunately need. Magen was created by David Morris, a person who I've gotten to know over the last few years quite well. We've had many, many deep discussions. And I have this to say. I'd like to say that seldom do you see someone who actually visibly and physically feels the pain of another Jew. It's an amazing Musar Sefer to me. Every time I talk to him, actually, here's a piece of bad news, and you can see on his face the pain as if it's happening to him, chas v'shalom. So, kol hakavod, my first bracha is to you. Hashem should give you koach to continue in your work. There should never be a time when sick acts of nevola are swept under the carpet are labeled as a shanda for the goyim, something that we're not allowed to talk about. We should never view these things as, well, we got to be quiet because it hurts the movement, it hurts the system. The welfare of a child takes precedence both in halacha and just simple human logic over every other priority that we may have. Pikuach nefesh, in the simplest form. When I hear some of the nightmarish stories, and as David said, I hear many, about child abuse, particularly when it's so close to home, it makes your hair stand up sometimes. And I can't help but wonder if there isn't something perhaps bigger going on, something in the background which is causing this type of a thing to happen. Maybe this is somehow a wake-up call from Shemayim, and maybe there is something here that we must all rethink. And I'd like to take really a short moment just to share with you thoughts that I think about all the time. I have this memory from my childhood of talking to two yeshiva bachurim happened to be students at Telz Yeshiva in Cleveland. My childhood was quite a long time ago. And they had just come back from weeks of a tour. They had gone from I lived in Buffalo, New York. They had gone from our area of Upper New York State to Lincoln, Nebraska. It's a big hike by Greyhound bus. It was before planes were as popular as they are.